ups and downs with this machine. We originally bought it for one thing and one thing only, and that's snow plowing. Brand new, out of the box, it cost us 64 grand. And today, we're gonna talk about whether that machine was worth it or not. The sledge is as simple as it comes. It's kind of an old school machine. It's got a mechanical parking brake, a mechanical shifter. It has 0 bells and whistles, which is the way I like it, but that's not for everybody. But of course, you're also not paying for those bells and whistles. You're getting the most basic of services, and you're getting some quality materials in it, like a Deutz engine. But there's a lot of other things that could be improved on this piece of equipment. Now we went with the 918F or the compact wheel loader because it comes in at 74 horsepower. So it's 1 horsepower under DEF regulations, which is one less thing we've got to worry about. For snow, it's one of our favorite pieces of equipment, but I can't necessarily say the same thing if we were doing a lot of dirt work. When I say simple and I say old school, it just doesn't get much simpler than this machine. It's only got forward and reverse, a high gear, and a low gear. And that simplicity doesn't lend itself to high productivity, especially in dirt. If you've got to load trailers or trucks, time and time again, you're gonna find yourself a little bit frustrated. Another area that some of you guys might find frustrating is the guys that need to road their machines or literally drive them down the roads from one job site to the next. With just a high gear and a low gear, it doesn't give you very many speed options. And part of the problem is when you put this machine in high gear, it doesn't have any power to actually deliver on that high gear. If you have to climb a hill in high gear, plan on downshifting into low gear. It's that bad. As long as you're on flat level ground, or better yet, if you can somehow have all of your jobs be downhill, you're gonna be fine though. Pushing snow, in my opinion, is relatively easy as a workload. It's a harsh environment, but it's not tough work. And that's where this machine excels. We've been able to put on a 17-foot pusher and keep up with much bigger payloaders. So it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And when it comes to snow, this payloader does deliver in that neck of the woods. Here comes the boom. This might get messy. The stock tires that come with it though are really not meant for snow removal. They're more of a dirt tread. And so if you've got slippery, icy conditions, you may need to upgrade those. We got just no traction. But that's not my only frustration with this machine. In fact, there's a bigger pet peeve than that, by far. We've definitely had our ups and downs with this thing, and maintenance is one of them, but I don't want to just talk about it. Let's show you. When we first got the sledge, it kept blowing fuses on the heater fan. We called out a service technician to take a look at it, and he ended up handing us a handful of brand new fuses and said, well, if it blows another one, here you go, just stick one of these in. Now that's not the answer you want to hear. And I said, well, you know, we want a better permanent solution. And the guy said, well, if the schematics weren't all in Chinese, I'd be able to do a better job. So after about the third service call, we finally got the heater core repaired by, I guess, a service tech that knew how to speak Chinese. I don't know. He figured it out, and we haven't had too many other issues. We have had hoses rattle loose. We have lost coolant on it, but those are some things that I think could happen to any piece of brand new equipment. That lack of power that we were talking about earlier is a lot more noticeable doing dirt work than it is for snow. The machine itself has performed pretty good, wouldn't you say, Alex?
Yeah.
But I would say service on it is just stupid. Like, how you service it is one thing. That's no big deal. But actually getting answers to service questions is it's been the biggest cluster I've ever seen. So right now, this is a great example. Alex just wanted to know a very simple question. How many quarts of oil does this engine take? And he called him up and said, hey, how many quarts of oil does it take? And do you think we could get an answer? What'd they say to you, Alex?
They didn't know off the top of their head.
The day-to-day routine maintenance on this machine is frustrating at best. An example of what Alex is trying to work on right now. All we've got to do is change oil on it. Let's just show you what we're up against. What is this thing supposed to do, Alex?
Just push it open so that the oil will drain out, and then I don't have to get my hand all oily with it.
So let's take a look at this. It's got this odd little. So that's what we're trying to get opened up. So we'll see if your tool works. Hi, little man. Oh, are you serious? So you got to literally sit there and hold that the entire time.
Well, I think it locks into place, but I can't get it to. That's why I'm kind of thinking that you need a special tool that kind of threads onto those threads there and pushes it open.
And that's one of the things I don't like about the SDLG is, like, even to get the tire to fill up with air, I had to get a special adapter.
It's still on there right now. I haven't taken it off yet.
Yeah. We left it on, so it needed a special adapter just to get the tire to fill up with air. It's like, why would you do that? I don't get it. At the end of every snowplow season, we give them a real thorough bath before we park them. But this year we found something weird coating our machine. I don't know if you guys maybe know what this stuff is. Brake parts. I don't have a top. How's that coming off? Better. I'm not really sure what that stuff is covering the machine, and maybe it's pine sap. There were some pine trees kind of close by where we parked it, but we didn't have it parked underneath them, so I really don't have a clue what that stuff actually is. I've told other guys this, if you need a machine for day-to-day dirt work, you're probably not going to be buying an SDLG. You might want to stick with one of the more higher productive, popular name brands. But if you need something for snow plowing or yard use or farm use, absolutely. Honestly, I really love this machine. I love the simplicity of it. It does have its quirks, but At $64,000 brand new in the box, you can't beat the price. God bless you guys. Go get them, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We'll catch you on another one.